Hey everybody, it's Holly from Cape Cod Creatures, and today we're talking water, specifically Moonwater. So tonight is going to be my first time making Moonwater, and I'm making two different kinds. Today I went down to the ocean and collected seawater from an incoming tide. So I'm going to make some saltwater Moonwater, and this will be, so I've decided that I'm in a place where I want to try more rituals, because they make me happy. So why not, right? They put me in, and then they put me in a really good mood. Gathering the ingredients for the rituals and what have you put me in a really good mood. I'm going to read more up about them, but I have a feeling that I would like some saltwater Moonwater. Might as well go back to my roots. I live by the ocean. I love the ocean. I couldn't even dream of never ever being by the ocean. It is a requirement for wherever I live. So I thought, why not bring a little bit of the ocean water home and turn it into Moonwater. So this will be interesting. I'm going to try using it for scrying. Is one of the reasons I really wanted to make the ocean Moonwater. I have a feeling it will be really cool, and then I'm sure there's some other stuff that I could use it for. But I collected a whole bunch of it. I'm making extra, so if there's anybody that's local that wants some, it'll be ready in 2 days. And then, let's see, we're making some drinkable Moonwater because you cannot drink seawater. I do not recommend it, even though I filtered it a little bit. So I got like the big chunks of seaweed out, but do not drink ocean water. It is not good for you. It is bad for you. I cannot stress enough how bad for you it is. But anywho, I got some of these littler bottles. I'll be able to like take these with me. I'm making 3 of these and then 1 big ball jar of water as well. It's like 2-quart ball jar. I'm gonna make some Moonwater in that as well. I'm like stocking up just because you know what, I have the time, I have the energy, and I might as well do it while I can. Oh, and I remembered the moon, so I always forget the moons. I'm really bad at it. So anywho, start with some of these. And for the water, you're supposed to use, well, not supposed to, but from all the research that I've done, it is a good idea. Like people have really like opinionated opinions about whether, like, what kind of water you're supposed to use. Or some people like, it needs to come from a living source and you can't boil, like, so they're talking about like a stream or a spring, but sometimes that water is not safe unless you boil it, and then you can't boil it because then you kill the water. But I mean, you could drink it, but then you get like weird brain amoebas that eat your brain. Like, nobody wants that. So I'm also not using tap water. The tap water around here is like we're on town water, so it smells really chlorine-y, and I just don't want that in my water. So as far as water for drinking, so I'm just gonna use good old drinking water. Look at this, Poland Spring. Costs like what, 50 cents a bottle. I've got a ton of it. I've got like a whole case, so I'm going to use this to make my Moonwater, because ultimately it's not about where you get the water, but it does have to be safe and drinkable. Safe and drinkable, potable water, for those making this at home. It's about setting intention. It's about what exactly it is that you want from the water, whether or not you're entering into doing this with you know, like good and positive intentions. Like, are you doing it for your what my tarot teacher likes to call your highest and best, or are you doing it for sketchball reasons? Don't do things for sketchball reasons. Do things for like good things, and only good things will come back to you. So I'm going to use Poland Spring. We're going to fill up some of these. And then the first ingredient in my Moonwater, it's going to go into every jar a piece of clear quartz to boost the moon energy. And just, you know, quartz is just a good all-around stone. It's good for, you know, setting intention. It's good for drawing energy. It's good for intuition. It's good for everything. So why not stick one of those awesome superpowered batteries in there? And then also fluorite, which is another good one. It's rainbow fluorite specifically, but fluorite is fantastic for harmony and balance, because this is the moon is in Libra. So again, it's about harmony and balance. So might as well use some fluorite here. Apparently it's supposed to be good for manifesting. It's a good detox stone. It's good to use to open up your third eye. It's good for like because the other reason I'm doing Moonwater is because I want to try and see if using it, or at least the exercise of making it and using it, kind of helps to boost my intuition. So that'll be interesting to see the result of that. But this is, it's fantastic for that kind of stuff. So we're gonna put that in there as well. I'm actually gonna have to take those back out because I do want to sage and set intention with those crystals, but I figure for the sake of a demo, we'll throw those in there. And I'm going to do 2 flavors of water, and flavors, well, they are going to be flavored, but so I picked up these really awesome empty tea bags, and you can fill them with whatever you want. So I grabbed my trusty rusty, I love to cook, so I have a mortar and pestle, which is fantastic for making your own herb blends. I have a bigger one at home for making guacamole, although I find that I don't use it so much to make guacamole anymore. I like just mashing my avocados with a fork. You can use, I never understood, like, I guess if you want to really, but I like my guacamole to, like, I like to chew it. So I don't use my big one for guacamole anymore. And now I am super hungry for guacamole. So I grabbed my mortar and pestle, and then I hit the spice aisle at one of the stores around here. And the first little sachet away. The first little sachet that I made is, I'm gonna call it my Protect and Connect blend. It's orange peel. So it already came pretty finely chopped up, but I ground it down into a fine dust. And then I put poppy seed. Okay, so well, orange peel is good for, actually, what did I write down? I wrote it down because there's a lot of information to retain. Orange peel is good for purification and healing and boosting metaphysical ability. It says the guide said magical ability. I don't know. I guess that's what I'm doing here, right? So I could, yep, we'll say it's good for boosting magical ability. So I got orange peel, and then I put in poppy seed, which is fantastic for heightened awareness, and it's also really good for luck. Who doesn't need luck, right? So we want some heightened awareness, we want some luck. That's going to go great with intuition and spiritual what have yous. And then I also put vanilla bean in there. Vanilla bean is mostly used in love workings, but it is also really good to restore energy and strengthen the mind. And it's a really good flavor. It's going to go really well with the orange peel. Actually, when I saw it on the shelf with the orange peel, my mind went straight to creamsicle. So I'm really excited that I'm going to have creamsicle Moonwater. So it is going in for flavor, but it does have the added bonus of being good for restoring energy and strengthening your mind, which never anything wrong with strengthening your mind. And then I did put a pinch, like a tiny piece of cinnamon stick in there, because cinnamon is really good. Again, it's got more of the protection stuff going on for it. What did I write down for cinnamon? Yep, protection, healing, and meditation, which also goes with the orange peel, which is purification and healing. So I think there's just enough cinnamon there to like protect, and so purify, protect, connect. It'll be awesome for that. And then this will just fold up and it'll go right inside the bottle, but I'm not going to put it in yet because, again, I want to sage, and I also need to be able to get that back. I'm never getting that back out of the bottle if it goes in, or at least not well. It's not going to go well. Okay, so the second one that I made, I actually found this really cool coconut chai. And then I started thinking about it. It's like, what really is in chai? And then I read the ingredients. This is organic and fair trade, by the way. So yay, thumbs up. So the first thing in chai would be black tea, which I know is for prosperity. I actually have a black tea blend at home. It's loose leaf and it's called Prosperity. So right off the bat, we got prosperity with the black tea. And then you've got the cinnamon. Again, protection and healing and meditation. And then you've got some ginger, which is a really great energy booster, both physically and metaphysically speaking. So can't go wrong with ginger. And then you've got cardamom, which I had to write down is great for eloquence, actually. and I would love to be a better speaker. So fantastic. So we've got some eloquence, and then also a relaxation of the mind, relaxation of the body, and a clarifying of the mind. So you've got some great stuff going on with cardamom. And then you've got, let's see, cloves, which are for luck and prosperity. So that's awesome. And then what else do we have here? Orange peel, so the purification, healing, and the strengthening of magical ability. And then you've got nutmeg, which is, what did I put for, oh, more luck and prosperity. So this one is like going to be fantastic for luck. I could use some luck. I tend to attract some bad luck. And then that brings us to the black pepper, which is awesome for boosting out bad vibes. And then there's also coconut flavor in here, and I tried looking up, other than being delicious, I couldn't find any metaphysical or like hedge witchy herbal, you know, herbology use for coconut other than being tasty. And I'm not gonna balk at things that are tasty. So, I mean, clearly I'm not gonna balk at anything that's tasty. And I already love chai, so that was interesting to read about chai. It seems like chai tea was developed with a little bit of mojo and juju. So this would be like, again, luck, and this is mostly a blend for luck and prosperity and protection. There's a little of like intuition boosting, but that was really cool to read about. So I learned something today, and now I can drink my chai tea with some purpose, and we're going to make some chai Moonwater. So that'll be delicious. I am actually really looking forward to chai Moonwater. Okay. And then I also picked up some star anise, which is good for protection and meditation. Although I think what I'm going to wind up doing is popping this into the, I'm going to call it the blank slate Moonwater, because it's just going to have a quartz crystal in it. It's not going to have the fluorite. It's not going to have any spices in it. So I'm making a ton of that, and then I'll be able to add stuff to it. Like, I've got some dandelion leaves that I'd like to dehydrate, and some basil that I'd like to try out, and a whole bunch of different, like lemon would be amazing. So we're just going to energize some water and then kind of play around with both flavors and energies. So that'll be interesting. So I'll probably wind up popping this into the blank slate Moonwater. And yeah, I also pulled a couple of cards to kind of keep in mind while I do it. I use Prismavisions because it just has a really awesome night energy, but since we're going into a full moon in Libra with like balance and karma and that kind of thing, I pulled the Justice card and I pulled the Moon card. And because we're moving into Taurus, which is like a kind of like a lover moon, like a lover earthy energy, I could probably pull the Lovers as well, but I think just these two cards will be fine. I did pull Taurus, pulled my Spirit de la Lune, because, you know, we can't go through a full moon without some Spirit de la Lune readings. I pulled these. We'll do some meditation on these, and we'll go from there. But yeah, so the Moonwater should be ready in 2 days. So because I guess there's the day before the moon. So the full moon is tonight, actually. So while we sleep, it's the actual full moon is happening while we're sleeping. At 2 for my area, it's like 2:03 a.m. So that's happening then, but the full moon energy period, I guess, you could call like the time to capture full moon energy would be the night before, so that would have been last night, and then I missed it because I was just like, oh no, the moon. I just realized it this morning. And then tonight, and then tomorrow night, because it's a day before, day of, day after. So I'll have Moonwater steeping and collecting energy for 2 whole days. So not as strong as it could be, but stronger than if I just remembered to do it tomorrow night. So I look forward to updating you with how it came out. And yeah, if you have any questions, just put them in the doobly-doo. And thank you guys for listening to me ramble on about Moonwater. And I would love to hear about your recipes for Moonwater in the link below. So certainly if you want to make videos or make comments or whatever, do that, because I'm always interested to hear what other people are doing, and maybe we can try each other's recipes out. So I will talk to you guys later, and thank you so much. Bye guys.